Hi everyone. So today I'll talk about a topic that is extremely controversial and I have been quite vocal about it. Um, it's something that I didn't believe in a couple of months back till COVID happened, coronavirus happened. But right now things are different. If you're aware, in India, Karnataka and Maharashtra, these two states, as of today is 19th June 2020, as of today, has banned any kind of online classes conducted by schools for children in pre-primary all the way up to 5th grade. And this includes any online meetings, Zoom, Cisco, Google Meet, or any online face-to-face video meeting, or any pre-recorded sessions aimed at children. So as an educator, as a Montessori head actually, I wouldn't have been affected because of this ban, because I myself was hardly doing any online classes. But as a mum of a 9-year-old and as someone who works so closely with children and who has dedicated a few years of my life working with children, and who completely believes that children are rights of the children are equally important, if not more, as our rights, right? I thought I need to be a little more vocal about it, because this is something I thought was wrong. So there was a blanket ban put across all access that the school could have to its students online for, as I told you, pre-primary, that's LKG, UKG, nursery, and all the way up to 5th grade. Right, so this ban is only on classes conducted by the school. There are online classes happening by edutech companies which are thriving, and they are like happening in full swing, and they have increased their subscriptions multiple times over the past 2 weeks. But that's something that's not included in this blanket ban that's imposed, right? So I have a few things to say. First thing, one of my biggest problem with this thing is choice. I, as a parent, as an educator, as a school head, as a teacher, as someone who works with children, as a child, all of us needs choices, right? Children need choices available to them. Parents need choices to choose, to make a decision, an educated decision. Schools need choices to develop a program which will best work for children in this particular situation. There are very limited choices anyway available in this current times when we are living in a lockdown, and taking away online, which was one of the very popular choices available to children who are going to school, younger children and older children, came as a huge shock to me as a human being, as a person. Right. Second huge thing I have a problem with is the emotional health of the child. The world of the child suddenly came to a pause on one fine day in March when the lockdown was announced. In Bangalore, schools were closed a couple of weeks before that date. Most children have been homebound since then. So it's been 4 months and counting, and we don't see an end. The best word I can use to describe this situation is unpredictable. Children between 6 to 12 thrive on socialization, on connections, on building that connection with their friends, with their schools, with their teachers. They want that back, at least, to gain some sort of normalcy. They are having meltdowns, they are becoming more snappy, they are having mood swings, they are having breakdowns, they're like crying. And this is something which is not very healthy. I want to ask the committee members of NIMHANS who actually suggested the committee which sat and decided that the ban is the right option. Did you for a second consider the emotional well-being of the child during the lockdown? I'm not talking about academics. I'm not talking about curriculum. I'm just talking about the emotional health of the child. Did you think about that? Just for a second, and you would have thought 10 times before taking this decision. My pre-primary children, literally babies, parents have been telling me that they have cried every alternate day. They come to school. This is the most common one that the parents say, that they come to school, they see it's locked, and they get very disappointed and go back. That is happening. That's reality, and we need to face it. A huge problem looming on ahead. Two problems now. I talked about two problems I personally have with this ban. Now let's talk about two things that the government needs to take care of, right? One of it has already been taken care of to a large extent. One is developing guidelines, because too much online classes, too much screen times, inappropriate content can create a very problematic situation for the parents and the children. It might put a lot of damage on the child. So that the government needs to decide. Now, why I was saying that one of it is already taken care of, because the MHRD has already defined these guidelines for the center. I will link the document in the description box. They're very easy to follow, very simple guidelines. There is time limits set for each age group. There are guidelines on the content, and everything is available. Second huge problem, which needs the maximum attention of the government, is the access. There are children who want to study, and they don't have access to content, to internet, to any kind of laptops or mobiles or tablets. This is where the government needs to provide. I saw articles about how in Kerala, people have donated laptops. Government has ensured that it reaches to people who really need these to get educated. In Rajasthan, similar things are happening. In Odisha, government is ensuring the tribals get access to content online. So why are we, as a state where the IT hub of India is located, being so regressive? There are two dialogues happening. One, the center is talking about how Bharat Padega online and promoting online education, and one happening internally in states like Karnataka and Maharashtra, where they are driving us back to the dark ages. This is not even fair, right? So put your attention and all your energies to things that you actually need to look into, rather than wasting energies into something which is a basic that children need right now. There are very few options available anyway during this pandemic. There's online, there is subscription to edutech companies, there is homeschooling, or there is leaving your child for a year, making him skip a year, and then put him in school the next year. Whatever decision, you have to take it as a family, considering your child, your situation. But an outright ban, a blanket ban, is absolutely something I can't even understand after a point in time. Children are going through a lot already. Parents are going through a lot. Schools are facing financial problems. And this is not the time to put these kind of bans. It's a humble request to whoever this reaches out to. Please raise your voice and against this thing. Even if you don't want online education to your child, all we're talking about is choices. Choices need to be available to a parent, to a school, which will help in delivering the best possible curriculum to the children out there. Another point is that all of a sudden, schools are being portrayed as these money-making business groups by the media, and a lot of people have got into that. The problem is there are schools that are running as business houses, but there are schools that are running as businesses, but there are schools and equally same amount number of schools which are run by very passionate and very committed individuals who need all your support during this time. You have always praised the school your child goes to. So many parents have, talking highly of the school the child goes into. But right now, when they need your support, I see so many parents just stepping back on their own words. Stick to one thing, please. If the school is good, after coronavirus, they will help you and they will help your child as well, as we always did. There's a no fees, no classes, no fees thing going on amongst parents. I don't want to get into this. That deserves another video, which will go on for a very long time. But I don't want to talk about that right now. It's a humble request to the government. At this time, everyone is under ample amount of stress. Please give us choices. Please help us at least bring some amount of normalcy in the lives of all the children out there. They will thank you for that. Don't take this basic thing away from them. Right? That's all I had for today, and I went in a very different zone today. I had my points here, but I just scribbled something down, but I don't know, I didn't read through this. So here it goes. I will link the MHRD guidelines in the description box. And I'll also link the new AAP guidelines in the description box. Please go through that and you will get a better idea of what we are fighting for and what we are doing. If you want to help us in this fight, especially people out there in Karnataka and Maharashtra, if you want to help us, do join us. We are on Twitter and we especially more active on Twitter. And we are using the hashtag Right to Learn. Okay? Thank you so much. Thank you so much for listening. Bye-bye.